A lot of people have been reporting problems recently that when they're trying to use Google Assistant with TalkBack, TalkBack essentially talks over the top of Google Assistant, and it either means that somehow the Google Assistant gets messed up or they can't hear the Google Assistant results over TalkBack. Anna, I think you have a little workaround for this, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'm going to start by showing what the problem is, and then I'll show us how to work around it. So I'm going to use the Google Assistant to send a text message to my friend Becky. Send a message to Becky.
Text Becky Degierg, mobile. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, what's the message?
Hi, Becky, period. How are you?
So, that's a message to Becky Degierg saying, "Hi, Becky. How are you? Ready to send it?"
Cancel. Cancel.
No problem.
Of course, since we're recording, this is working perfectly. Some people are describing a problem that they're having with TalkBack talking while the Google Assistant is trying to do its work. So if you say, "Hey Google, send a text message to Becky," the assistant will respond with, things like work or mobile, what do you want to say, things like that. And while it's doing that, TalkBack is chattering. Now, if that happens, what you want to do is set the media volume higher and TalkBack as low as you can so you can still hear TalkBack. The assistant uses the media volume, so you want that nice and loud. And if you keep TalkBack quiet, the assistant doesn't seem to hear it. So TalkBack isn't chattering, and if it is, it's not interfering with the assistant. So again, if you're having that problem, just make sure your media volume is at about 50% or higher, and your TalkBack volume is about as low as you can hear it, maybe at 25 or 20%.
Thanks, Anna. That's a really good tip, and it's been causing a lot of problems for people on the mailing list.
Also, Warren, it's your assistant, sometimes it does not talk, and there is a lot of questions on the mailing list that my assistant is not talking. Can you give some tips on how to solve that?
So here's what's going on, and I'm observing that on my phone as well, and it's from Google. So here's what's going on. Google pushes out these updates to the assistant, and sometimes it either breaks something or it messes up something, so things don't work as they ought to. And I can tell you that, I've been having that on and off thing with my Pixel 4, starting with last summer when it started showing its ugly head, and it will say cannot reach Google at the moment, no matter what I do. And actually, so it was quite a very frustrating experience. And then it worked again. And now, for some reason, if I have my screen on and I invoke the assistant, it's not going to, and I ask for weather, it's not going to talk to me. It'll show it on the screen, but it's not going to verbalize it. But if I don't have it turned on, if I have the screen off and I say the magic word, then it will give me that response verbally. So it's just one of those things that's happening now. In the same breath, my phone that has like the Android 12 preview, however, that doesn't work like that there. Everything works just perfectly, whether I have the screen on or I have the screen off. And also, I don't hear the beep when I do that on my Android 12 preview device. So for instance, if I say, "Hey Google, what's the weather in Mumbai, India?"
Currently in Mumbai, India, it's 84 degrees with haze. Tonight, the forecast is around 83 and partly cloudy. Due to the current humidity, it feels like it's 95.
So you see, that is because I had my screen turned off. Now, if I have my screen on and I'm going to invoke it, weather in Mumbai, India. You see, it doesn't give me that. However, it's displaying it on the screen. If I put my finger down.
Currently, 84 degrees Fahrenheit, haze, high, 90 degrees low, 81 degrees, precip, 0%, Saturday middle. Mumbai, in list.
So basically, that's my screen reader reading that. But you could see that the difference here is that with the screen off, it works, but if I have
Screen
the
off.
screen on and try to invoke it, I'm not going to get diddly squat. No verbalization going on, and I'll have to read it using my screen reader. Now, in the same breath, however, if I have a headset on, then it's perfect whether I have the screen off or the screen on. And it's one of those things. So if you come across such instances, then make sure try different ways to see if that solves the problem.
I almost wonder if that's a feature, not a bug, and it could be as prosaic as if they think the screen's unlocked and there's no headset, then the sighted person's paying attention and can see the screen.
Yeah, well, it's a bug because it's not like that all across the other devices. I could do my Pixel 2 or
Okay.
Pixel 3a or
And it
Pixel
works.
3 or, Pixel 4a, and it was just perfect. So there's something
That works, yeah.
wrong going on here. Yeah.
With that device. Oh, well, that's reassuring at least.
Yeah.
But it is a bug.
But like I said, it keeps coming back and on. Some days it'll come back on and works just fine. So it's just if you have one of your devices doing that, then try different methods and see which one works for you.
Great. Thanks, Warren. So that concludes our section on the Google Assistant.